Hi everyone, I'm Echoes and I'm a VTuber, and I'll be going over episode 6 of Gundam GQuuuuuX, which essentially is like mostly a build-up episode, because it looks like they're going to shift the clan battle to next week instead, as it seems to be like kind of like a final round of sorts where the two top competitors, like two top contenders fight against each other. But besides that, why this episode is important is that it looks like it creates a lot of setup and has a lot of moving pieces. So in a way, we'll see how things play out from here, because we're now at officially the halfway point of the series. So it's sort of up in the air what will happen now, because if the clan battles will maybe end at next episode, then they'll have to continue to plot in a different way. So I don't know if they'll go to the Earth route, or instead go political route instead, or it'll go a whole bunch of ways. So we'll just have to see how things go. But anyway, I'll go with this episode and then it'll make sense where I'm coming from regarding what I just said, essentially. So in the beginning we have one second, my mouse there. We have the people from the Pomeranian welcoming back Machu, after Machu changes into uniform after Neon was wearing it, essentially. One second, I went too far. One second. It's like, because you can see Neon and Machu have very distinct ways of fighting. It's like, welcome back, Machu. How to come up with that technique? We were blown away, because it wasn't Machu, it was Neon. What's up? You're drenched. You can see that they don't notice her, that she's down and stuff, because she's not saying anything. And you get a flashback of, the Kira is supposed to be for me, Shuji and me only. And it's like, how are you able to see it too, in a way? Because her issue is that what she thought was exclusively between her and Shuji is not exclusively hers anymore, so it doesn't really feel uniquely hers. She feels possesses over that experience, and now that Neon has experience, it doesn't feel exclusive to her anymore. In a way, both her and Neon had different interests in Shuji, specifically. Anyway, we'll keep going. Our next opponents are the 12s, who are at the top of the clan rankings now. They're number 1 ranked. Astronomers will become famous as the most powerful clan ever. Looks like they like you. And then we also get this lady, who seems to be quite important. Lieutenant Simas Al-Bakarov, reporting, sir. Looks like she's reporting to Challia here. Very well, Lieutenant. Do you realize that the Kikaroga, which is Challia's mech from before, being a Psycom with quick machine, is officially considered a prohibited weapon under the treaty, so it's considered a war weapon. That makes sense. Normally, even a rumor of its leaving the base would be big trouble. Understandable. Do we really need to make such a risky move? Never mind. In 3 days, there will be a conference here in this colony. It's so unofficial conference that not even the Supreme Commander's office knows about yet. Super secret though. We're meeting the former chairman of the One Naval Initiative, President Pergamino of Side 6. And from our side, Her Excellency Challia will be in attendance. So that's what makes it secret, is super secret, is that Lady Challia is getting involved, who's obviously a zombie, so she's quite influential here. The secret forces here aren't reliable. It's all about money. Let's see. So it looks like they're using this group of people in this ship as security. Anything Side 6 is said to favor Supreme Commander Giran. But the situation changes if a shipbuilding cartel like One Naval, assuming they have some sort of monopoly over shipbuilding, is why they're called a cartel in this case, which rivals Zeonic and Anaheim, joined forces with Lady Challia. Both know that they're pretty large companies. So we aren't here just searching for the Red Gundam, which makes sense. And then you can see that looks like this lady was offering Challia some I brought some Californian wine, so I'll bring it to your quarters later. So it looks like he got a taste for wine since he was, I guess, introduced to it from Char back in episode 2. Incredible that the Vineyards survived the war. See that this guy is also talking to Xavier, Ensign Xavier. We're friends with you today. And then he sees the spies from the mobile police. Why would a mobile MP be here? Challia Bull's mobile armor has been brought into the buffer zone. What's he up to just when Lady Challia is about to arrive? He used to mention that essentially the movement of that ship is making people uneasy. As you know, he was once a subordinate of Supreme Commander Giren. Possibly he was sent here to strike at Lady Challia. It's hard to, essentially we're trying to get a sense of everybody's loyalties in this episode. Like who's with who, essentially. And Xavier's like, that can't be. That returning from Jupiter is a threat, which is Challia. Isn't that why you're here to monitor him? So he's kind of a spy. I have one more special order to you from Lady Challia. The plot to assassinate Challia. So, I feel like this tells a reference to something. I forgot what exactly, but I feel like it is a reference to something. And then we get Machu bring apples to Shuji using his fake name, which is the Hara Haramushi. And she sees Neon making dumplings here. And she was mentioning, like, it was so awesome seeing the Kira for the first time. And then robots making dumplings too. I think I always end up losing my mind whenever I start panicking. And then Shuji's smelling her. And he's talking to her, saying, like, the Gundam is saying, I love when it's fun. No, let's see. Because she says something, 1 second. Let's see. But yeah, she was essentially thinking that even though she was piloting the GQuuuuuuX, they weren't really real models because she couldn't really communicate with Shuji. It feels like I've wronged Shu-chan. Yeah, so she feels like she did something wrong, essentially. And then I think you're losing her mind, and then Shuji comes and says, I love it when it's fun. And it's like, oh, it's not like that at all. You can see that in this moment, you see that it's a little more visible in this case compared to last episode that she has some sort of affection towards Shuji for whatever reason. I like either way Nyan is what the Gundam is saying. Now it's kind of sometimes hard to tell whether it's him saying it or the Gundam saying it, so. And then you can see that Machu doesn't really want to talk directly with Nyan just yet. Like, not today. They're not going to talk with each other. And then she leaves behind the apple, which Nyan notices. And then you can see the flashback of Nyan mentioning, oh, it's just like how I described Machu. And then Machu's like, why were you in it? That's my space. Yeah, you can see that she's possessive of that moment in experience, right? And then you can see that Nyan's apologizing regarding it. See, Machu is here. She's like upside down because she's doing handstand. See that she said she'll pilot it even if it's scared because it's for a friend. So in a way, like, Nyan doesn't really have bad intentions. It's more like Machu is kind of reflecting on her thoughts regarding the experience, regarding Nyan, all that stuff. She's like, I know that already. And then her mom's asking about the parent-teacher meeting coming, and then mom's coming, and then you can see that she's busy. She's in this diplomatic Division 3 audit division, so some sort of high-end, some sort of front office, it looks like. 1 sec. I'm sorry. But everything from District 13 to Space Room must be closed due to traffic. And Mate is mentioning that she's so busy. And then you can see that she's working with her subordinates, all that stuff. And you can see that, what's her name? Nyan's here again. And then she's helping this bakery guy. And then he's like, oh, I need to ask you something. Welcome. It looks like they're eating at this noodle place together. My daughter's recital next week. So what do you think I should get her as a present for all her hard work? So he's gonna try and get advice from another girl. Don't say money or something. Because at first, I guess they talk a lot, so he knows exactly what she's gonna say. And speaking of, and then I think he also mentioned something else. Speaking of which, what are you saving your money for? You can see that she's using him to get some food so she doesn't pay for it, I guess. What are you saving your money for? Don't say it's for your dream or some nonsense. So in a way, you can tell that this guy kind of wants something like concrete, but maybe Nyan isn't the best person to ask regarding it. And then you can see that she's a bit disappointed. It's like, what else am I supposed to say? Sort of face. And then you can see that she's returning back home, which is she has a small apartment in a rundown area. It's clean though. Looks like she has a lot of the notices and stuff. Can't really see what's on the map. It looks like she's taking advantage of like sales. Don't know what's on that 5th day. Deadline, application for residence. So job searching. Yeah, she's trying her best. She has her own place. You can see she has the books, tissue boxes, very much her own look, like place. And then she's kind of just chilling out in her apartment. I wish I could have eaten with Machu and Shuchan. So yeah, she wants them to all meet together, but due to reasons, they're just not able to. And then we get this location at a construction site. As of yesterday, a concrete batch plant is in operation at the 3rd district construction site. You can see that these have also been adjusted for the GQuuuuuuX designs as well. They don't look like the usual mobile, not armor. Mobile worker? Yeah, they look a bit different as mobile workers. Let's see. You see that it's too risky no matter how you look at it. So she's trying to meet with someone who's dangerous. Only one person, that's the deal. They could shoot a beam right through us right now. No, that's true. And then you can see that this lady's meeting directly with Challia. It's been over 70 years since the colony was built. Dreams for the future that the people had back then are gone. But these days I don't believe, and then he asked her, he mentioned that she was once a Zeon citizen. But these days I don't believe in Zeon or Side 6. And she has the remote here. Press this thing, the mobile suit will go kaboom. Then you get the title thing, and then you get the again. And then you can see Charlotte's like, I actually want to come here to express my deep gratitude. The Gundam GQuuuuuX combat data that we've acquired so far is priceless. So obviously they want it for research. We can have the suit back without much trouble. Let's see. I think you'll be heavy. Yeah, we are prepared to reward you handsomely. And then he mentions that it'll also be after the clan battle. 1 second. I'm missing some lines. 1 sec. And we will after you win tomorrow's clan battle. I'd love to see such wonderful mob maneuvers again and again. Can't wait for you to claim the #1 spot. He mentioned that he's a fan of the Pomeranians. And then she's like, I can't guarantee that mobile suit will be returned undamaged. And he's like, is there a problem with that? Our next opponent is the 12 Olympians, which has a new owner now. Someone who runs an unknown company known as the Amala Kamala. I get a weird feeling about them. So it looks like she has a quite good gut feeling. She's usually right with that. At least she's never been wrong yet. Don't tell me that you got something to do with them. Maybe it's hard to say just yet. So now we get something coming in from space, and they're like, what is this thing? It's an air conditioning unit that was ordered by the Colony Corporation. Massively air conditioning. I'm assuming I think it's something else. I don't think it's air conditioning unit. It's like, it'll take years to restore the atmosphere after a shot full of holes during the war. Yeah, it's definitely not an AC unit. Some sort of cover. So they wanted something massive. And then they have this girl right here, who I'm assuming it's not a AC. I'm pretty sure it's a mobile suit. And then this girl pilots it right here. She has a mask on. And we're going back to the scene, and she mentions that okay, but we'll claim the prize money if we win. Or is that good? And then he agrees, of course. And then he's asked, would you mind telling me a little bit about who's using the Gundam GQuuuuuX? And then she mentions that it's a young girl. And then he says both of them. And then because it's interesting, because he's a new type, so he could somewhat sense who's in it. But I guess he can't differentiate between genders, which is interesting. And then you can see that Machu's here waiting for her mom for the teacher-parent conference. And kind of just waiting. And then she's kind of thinking back at that scene from before. And then she's kind of, just reflecting, essentially. I think she feels bad. And then her mom comes, I'm sorry, I couldn't get here earlier. It's like, ma'am, 1 sec. Ma'am, regarding your daughter's career survey, we haven't received it yet. Let's see. Didn't we ask you to be serious about your future goals? You don't need to be specific right now. But isn't there anything you want to do? I think in high school, it's a little early to tell, when you what you want to decide for the rest of your life, or even just starting out. But I don't blame Machu for not really knowing that yet. But yeah, but I don't know. I don't blame her parents for being, I don't blame her for being upset at her parents regarding that. Mother, you can talk to me. And Machu's like, what she wants is, I want to swim in the ocean on Earth. So it's not really a job, of course. And she's like, that's not a career goal. And she's like, I can't talk to you. And then you see that Machu runs out. And she goes back to the Pomeranian location. And then she kind of eavesdrops. It's like, we made it this far. It's like, why now? Weren't you the one that said it's too risky for us to keep it? Doesn't make any sense. Well, remains of an, and then you can see that they're discussing the GQuuuuuX, and they mentioned that they were able to find the airlock where the Red Gundam was being hidden. Remains of an airlock that was decommissioned over 10 years ago. Hatch is behind this junkyard, so it's hard to spot from the outside. Did you follow Machu? Like, she's such a naive kid, it was so easy. You know that there's a bounty on this thing, right? Listen, during the clan battle tomorrow, let's see. If we, let's go back. We'll let them know where the Red Gundam's hiding. If we make too much noise, we'll be found out. And then don't do anything before the clan battle starts. Essentially, then as soon as we confirm a deposit, we'll clear out. So essentially, they just want to make a clean exchange without Machu knowing. But Machu's here, so she knows. And they see the cash. And then, what about the GQuuuuuX? And then they'll leave it behind. And then Zeon's making serious moves. We had Lady Luck looking over us so far. But it will be bad luck ahead of us. So in a way, she's like, I'm going to get my money and get out. And you see that she's there. It's like, the hardest that have to see Machu, of course. And the guy's like, why are you here? Well, I just want to see my mobile suit. And he's like, don't stop showing up for a clan battle. Thanks to you, we paid back everything we owed. Really grateful to you. So in a way, it looks like the whole point of them being in the clan battles was they were trying to get money to pay off something, some sort of debt or whatever financial issues they had. But the fun stops here. What are you talking about? Anyway, I turned everything off. So it looks like she's just sitting in the cockpit for now. And she's like thinking over things like, we know where the Red Gundam's hiding. If I tell Shuji about this, I know he'll run away. Then I won't be able to see him ever again. So in a way, like, you can see that they both value Shuji. I think Machu's is that she's attached to him for whatever reason. She feels that she has a truly, like, intimate connection with him. And she wants to maintain that connection, especially with the Cure phenomenon, right? While Neon's is, I think, more of a just attraction, I think. But regardless, they have different feelings towards the same person, which is interesting because you get a bit of a different dynamics. Gotta find a new place where Shuji can hide, and she's like, where can he go? Along with the Gundam. And it's like, yeah, they're a unit. Shuji would never abandon the Red Gundam. So I gotta find somewhere he and the Red Gundam can hide together. But where can I find a place like that? I think what she's going to do is that they're all going to go to Earth, because it's way easier to hide something there than to hide something in the colony. I think what they're going to do. I think it'll happen after the clan battle. And then we get back to the ship here. It's like, why the MP is so close today? They're just trying to intimidate us. Just let them be. So there's that. And then you can see they're doing some research into Amala Kamala Company. It's registered in an island country in the Far East. So it's Japan based on the map. Doesn't seem like a shell company. Recall they're located near a special Federation Forces research facility. So now we're getting into the introduction of cyber Newtypes. I mean the ones that's conducting human experiments, right? Let's see. Those members of the Federation intelligence, what's like I'm missing, are a dangerous bunch who'd use poison gas. Well, both the Red Gundam and GQuuuuuX stand out. Where did Commander obtain such information? Everything's secret around here. Then you see this guy. I don't really know who he is, to be honest. I think he's definitely an important character. But he seems to be a guy from a different faction. I don't know who exactly he is, but maybe we'll learn more about him later. You can see that he's going to the secret location for the Mala Kamala Company. Didn't expect to find a Zeon ship here, Commander Basque. The word is that he's after a Red Comet at the time and couldn't be worse. Supposedly he's Zeon's most powerful Newtype, sir. We developed these cyber Newtypes to defeat those so-called Newtypes. So it looks like these guys are on the Federation side because they developed cyber Newtypes. Or probably from that facility or whatever. We expect you to do your job. We never get another chance like this. Is the information accurate? Even with Zeon, there are some who harbor hatred for the Zabi family, which is true. Our plan will succeed as long as you keep that child under control. So that blonde guy is in charge of, I think, that girl from before. Let us leave our mark on history, Lieutenant Gates Kappa. And then he's in this hotel, and then, like, oncoming in Deuce. So Deuce is, I think, is this girl right here. Looks like she has some sort of breathing issue or, what's it called? Asthma, I believe. And he's like, why are you putting on the psycho suit already, Deuce? I want to go back to my real body already. So she doesn't consider this body a real body, which is interesting. Then what's that reflection in the window that you see? It's a heart. A heart. Whose heart? And then she mentions that it's the one second. The Psycho Gundams. So in a way, she kind of feels like she's just the controller of the Gundam. She doesn't really consider herself to be a human, perhaps. It's kind of interesting, but I mean, this person is probably a cyber Newtype, so I guess that logic makes sense, I suppose. And he's like, everything that the Murasame lab does is so extraordinary. And then she's like, I want to plan the Kira soon, so she does know that phenomenon as well. And you see that Machu's here praying at the shrine. And then she's meeting with Nyan here. And she's like, I need to talk to you about Shuji and the Red Gundam. And then it looks like she's trying to reconcile, and then you get Shuji's perspective here. And yeah, he's like, yeah, the world keeps changing, so I need to repaint yet again. So I don't know if this is implying that he has to start over from scratch or just become someone else or something like that. But I guess we'll see what his choices are, because like, looks like he's since he's coloring over all his drawings with white, it's, you know, kind of representative of either destroying something or starting over from a blank canvas. You see Xavier's running from these two guys. I'm assuming they're involved with the Side 6 or MP or something. He's like, it's such an eyesore to have strangers wandering around our backyard just when we just released them, so I think they're MP, yeah. You bring in some dangerous mobile armor, so that's Challia's fault. It's not this guy's fault. He just worked with them. He's like, I can explain. They don't get us involved. He was like, what good will it do if you shoot me? We'll let them know that we're serious. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be the victim of Challia's planning and stuff. And then he doesn't get shot, and the other guys are shot by good old Challia Bull to the rescue here. It's like, thank you for saving me, sir, but what should we do with them? Shut them down without thinking because it's such an urgent situation. He mentions, let's see. But it would be annoying to give the MPs an excuse to board and search the Sodon. So he wants to keep everything on the ship top secret. And then he says, I will contact Supreme Commander Giran's Secret Service to cover it up. Understandable, at least until the matters concerning Lady Challia are taken care of. And then he remembers what the other guy said was, but I wouldn't put too much trust in Challia Bull. Could the commander really be going after Lady Challia? Would I be able to kill him? Yeah. You can see that in a way, even among the Zeon people, there's the factions of for Lady Challia and for Commander Giran. Because Challia worked for Commander Giran, and then Xavier seems to be the pro-Challia faction, so understandable for them to be at odds. And then you can see Challia's coming down from the moon, and then we end the episode. So, I don't know, just a lot of moving gears. We get, like, we get Machu trying to just deal with her relationship with Neon, and just sharing the Kira feeling and wanting to find a place also for Shuji to be safe. Shuji kind of wants to start from scratch, I'm assuming. We get all the Zeon and Federation forces moving in. We get the Federation as in cyber Newtypes with that girl named Deuce. Deuce, I think. Deuce. Yeah. Her, and then those people involved with the Kamala company. And then we have the Zeon forces, which is the pro-Challia faction, and then which is, I guess, on Xavier's side. We have Challia Bull side at the very least, and then we also have the Mobile Police, which is like another group. So yeah, and then Machu's also not really certain about her future, so she's just trying to figure things out. Don't really blame her. I think that's most of it, but definitely a lot of interesting perspectives from a whole bunch of different people. I'm hoping it all gets wrapped up neatly by the end. That's what I'm concerned about mostly. All right, now we're getting to the preview. Let's see. I'm well aware of the dangers, but we can finally go to Earth, so I guess they get enough money. As long as we can all meet at the place we agreed to. And then it looks like Shuji wants to leave at this moment here because he can't stay. It's not safe. And then next time Machu's rebelling. And you can see that she seems to be going under some sort of berserk mode, I think. Because her eyes have that weird pink rim that it was kind of similar to what I guess the witch was the kind of experience in someone to extent Nyan. So it could be some sort of side effect of the Omega Psychomo as well. So in a way, I guess we'll see what Machu's response will be to his whole situation and the results of that decision. But yeah, overall really interesting episode. I'm hoping that things will play out pretty smoothly from here, but hard to say exactly how things will go, but that's also an interesting part, is that you can't really predict what will happen next. So that's part of what makes it interesting. But yeah, I'm hoping we get a good clan battle next episode. We get a good culmination of all these moving threads, at least to some extent. So yeah, anyway, that's all for me, and thanks for watching. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Take care.